The France 24 observers, savage killings by the Islamic State group continuing in Syria. France 24 with an exclusive and chilling insight into the extent of this horror. Mahmoud Naffakh joins us from the observers team. Mahmoud, great to see you. Your investigations unearthed further evidence of the, I think it's fair to say, wanton cruelty of the jihadists in the Syrian desert, killing ordinary people trying to find truffles. Tell us, without compromising any of your sources, how you found this story.
So we've been hearing reports actually about, for the last couple of months, about mysterious attacks taking place in the central part of Syria, the Syrian desert called Badia. And unknown armed men are targeting actually the local Bedouins who go out to hunt for truffles in the desert. One incident in particular caught our attention where at least 46 members of the tribes were killed in a single incident, shot in the head actually. We wanted to know more, but there was really little information about the things that happened that day, and we tried to look more into social media. This is something that we're good at the Observers team, and my colleague actually, Jamal Belayashi, started looking online, and we came across official Facebook pages, TikTok accounts, Telegram accounts published by the tribes themselves with hundreds of videos showing what's happening in the Badia. Let's have a look.
وهذا الوقت من كل عام هو موسم الكمأة، يعني يجتمع الأهالي من كل المناطق ويذهبون إلى الحماد السوري.
الله أكبر.
بعد الهجمات التي حصلت في الفترة الأخيرة بدأت المجموعات تذهب مع دوريات من الدفاع الوطني.
The NDF, the National Defense Forces, members of the tribes recruited and armed by the Syrian government to help fight the Islamic State group.
القدس ويقومون بحماية المجموعات التي تذهب إلى البادية لجمع الكمأ.
رجج يا غانم غانم.
يقومون بأخذ مقابل حمايتهم نصف محصول الكماء الذي يقومون بجمعه في اليوم.
والله لقيت.
فالكماء تظهر على سطح الأرض على شكل تشققات. يقوم جامعي الكماء باستعمال أداة حادة وإخراج الكماء من الأرض، وهذه الطريقة سهلة.
بسم الله ما شاء الله.
الكماء يعني تباع في الأسواق المحلية، يختلف أسعارها.
So the Syrian government arming the tribes response there. Tell us about these truffles then. What's so special about them?
So the truffles in Syria actually are called desert truffles, which means they're not as strong as the ones that we can find in Europe. They can sell up to 40 euros a kilo in Syria, which represents twice the monthly salary in the country. It also makes them big business. The Bedouins we spoke to, they told us actually that the convoys are organized by local businessmen with ties to the Syrian regime, and they arrange for the tribes to be escorted by the pro-regime militias that we saw earlier. In the videos, they need escorts, these truffle hunters, because actually in the desert, the activities have become really dangerous and Bedouins often come under attack.
Do we read into this, Mahmoud, a resurgence of the Islamic State group?
Well, we know that the Islamic State group is behind these attacks. That might come as a surprise for some people, because we think of ISIS as having been dislodged from Syria and Iraq, but that's not the case and never has been actually. As we can see in the map that will be shown now, in 2015, when the Islamic State was at the height of its power, the terrorist group controlled much territories that stretched actually from Syria to Iraq, but after strikes from the US-led coalition and fighting by the Kurdish forces on the ground, the group ended up losing all of its territories by 2019. But sleeper cells, however, still active in the desert. They have camps deep in the desert, and for practical purposes, they try to stay invisible and act in total discretion. During their heyday, of course, the Islamic State claimed responsibility for its attacks. They had a propaganda operation and published videos of everything they did. Now they're keeping a low profile and have become invisible. Members of the tribes actually sent us these rare images. Let's have a look again.
The Busaraya have suffered at least 4 armed attacks this year. March 19th, a convoy went out to gather truffles with its NDF escort.
بعد هجوم مجموعة مجهولة على جامعي الكما تصدى عناصر الدفاع الوطني من أبناء المنطقة للهجوم.
Observer Ahmad says 2 civilians were killed in the attack and 1 NDF soldier wounded. NDF forces regularly patrol the desert. Here they uncover equipment caches, spare parts for motorcycles, medical supplies, and weapons.
Mahmoud, thank you very much indeed for that insight. Of course, great for you to come here and explain it to us. If you can tell us a little bit more, any more to add about the story?
I just want to say that this does not actually indicate that the Islamic State is back now. They're just sleeping cells who try to bide on the time, keeping a low profile, chipping away at local defenses until they think actually they are good enough to come back and control territories. We can read into this that the war in Syria is actually continuing, and it's only a subcategory of the war happening still in place. But yeah, like ISIS is only one of the many armed groups who are active in the desert and is controlled by the Syrian regime.
Indeed. Mahmoud, thank you very much for bringing that to us. Let's remind everybody they can see this, the full story, on the Observer's website. The report goes to air Saturday, 10:45 a.m. Paris time. Mahmoud, once again, thank you very much indeed for joining us.